do like to create cozy little scenes. I love it if you've joined me while I create this little ghost in soft pastel pencil. It's not a tutorial, but if you want the full tutorial, you can always get it on Skillshare. You can look at the link in the description below and you can get it for free for a month if you like. My name is Heather Nelson, and I like to create things in my sketchbook, like based on nature or the changing seasons. And the current season is autumn. The leaves were flying around my pony yesterday out in the pasture. They were falling in slow motion, sort of like snowflakes, and it was so beautiful and inspiring. I may need to illustrate a scene around that one day. The colors are changing, and it's so much fun to be out in the garden at my parents' property looking out to Cowichan Bay. To expand my ghost illustration, I made a mood board in Pinterest to give me an idea of the colors I wanted and the kind of the scene, and then I mocked up a sketch in Procreate just to make a basic plan for my soft pastel pencils. I hadn't played with just my soft pastel pencils for quite some time, so I had some sharpening to do to get everything ready. And then it was time to sketch. I sketched with a willow charcoal. I love how it goes down. I love how easy it is to erase, and I also enjoy how the soft pastels will just cover up the willow charcoal as if it wasn't even there. In the full tutorial on Skillshare, I show how to sketch up this little ghost, but I also provide a line drawing and show people how to transfer it to their toned paper for those that maybe aren't feeling adventurous or perhaps they're short on time. For the background, I wanted a nice deep blue, but I wanted a layered blue with a lot of different tones, so I actually used a lot of different blue pastels in my Carbothello Stabilo pack. With the pumpkin, I layered in a lot of different autumn sort of colors, like brown, reddish browns, yellows, oranges of various different value, and that's really the key, is in the layering. That's what gave the pumpkin dimension. Autumn to me is a time of really warm lights, so I wanted the lighting that came in from the window to also have a warm vibe, so I found this berry color and layered it and mixed it in with purples and blues. And the mixing of colors is really fascinating with pastel because you really can mix them like paints. So the more you overlap, the more you can mix and get like extra depth to your colors. I thought about how the moonlight would light the back of the pumpkin and the candle and even the window frames. I probably could have got a little more dramatic in the shadows. I felt like this ghost needed a little friend to spend time with, so I added a cobweb with a little spider inside of it. The stars outside were a bit of an experiment, and I never was sold on them, but I did decide to leave them in. I wanted to give the ghost a little hot drink to hold. I love a hot chocolate as soon as the temperatures drop. Actually, to be honest, I love a hot chocolate any time of year. I wanted this ghost to appear really gentle and cozy. So I gave him like rosy little nose and rosy little cheeks. I didn't want it to be too strong, so I used the layering, but I really did want this ghost to look kind of sleepy, and I liked how like the eyelids started to be a little hooded. I kept the ghost quite simple and mostly just did white all over. I wanted to almost look like he was in like a little onesie or a little sleeping bag, and I deliberately put his feet over the edge of my spot illustration. With the chair, my original plan was blue, but once I saw all the blue in this picture already, and I really love the berry color in the window, I thought, why not more berry color? And then I pulled out this hot pink, and I love the hot pink. It kind of makes the chair seem modern, but I still love it, and I put it a little bit into the window as well. When I was working on these feet, I wasn't quite sure how to give them dimension because I was thinking like what other lights might be in this room, and then I just kind of went for it. Initially, I was a little daunted by the bookcase. I was like, how am I going to draw this many books? And I thought about how the moonlight would hit the casings of the shelf, and then I just started layering in books. My formula for books was darker front cover and lighter spine, and that's what made these books 3D. And then I had to try to choose what colors. So I really wanted the color palette to stay pretty consistent with the colors that I had already used. So I'm really just pulling from the same color set on the left that I had already worked. The library's always been one of my favorite places to hang out. I love books, and I do like to collect books even if I'm not actually reading them. And as I was looking at this and kind of like making fake titles, I was wondering, what would a ghost read? Initially, when I sketched out this vase, it kind of seemed to take on some personality, and I decided to just emphasize that. I was like, I'm going to roll with it and see if I can make a little monster plant. So I built these little arms with my willow charcoal and then threw in the petals, and I eventually did put just a wee little face on that monster vase. Then it was time to put in yet more books. So I was thinking about different sizes, different colors, and I wanted colors where I could still have the ghost stand out, but also my little monster vase stand out. So I ended up adding some kind of like tall, narrow books here. Do you ever look at inanimate objects around you and picture them as little monsters? Because I do. I have quite a vivid imagination, and I find that illustration is the perfect place to just let your imagination go. It's the one time where, people don't look at you funny if you are making a little monster vase, because, well, it just makes sense in illustration. But there is an aspect where I have to give myself permission to just build anything my imagination creates. Like, it's okay to follow your imagination, and that's something I'm playing with more. It could even be interesting to make a whole video about that. In this whole illustration, it was important to me that it wasn't really just about putting a bunch of things into a picture, but I really wanted people to get the sense of cozy. Like, I wanted people who looked at this painting to look at it and think, hey, I'd like to crawl in there. I'd like to sit in that painting. And I hope I achieved that. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me in creating this atmospheric little cozy scene. If you want to watch the full tutorial, then you can get the Skillshare link below.